Today I'm gonna make our 3 favorite dressing recipes. They're all vegan, all gluten-free, no animal products, and those dressings are gonna be ranch dressing, Caesar dressing, and Sweet Vidalia Onion. And if you wait until the end, I'm gonna make a 4th bonus recipe for the kiddos. Although secretly, it's also one of my favorites. Let's go.
The first recipe is one that almost all Americans love, and probably a lot of people around the world, the beloved ranch dressing. I tested this recipe with cashews, white beans, silken tofu, and mayonnaise. But the key ingredient here is sour cream. You can use any sour cream that you like. To this, I'm adding white vinegar. I did test this recipe with apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, but I think the white vinegar is the most authentic. And the herbs go in. This is the real key to great ranch dressing. I'm using all dried herbs in this recipe. You can use fresh, but you would have to use more. A very tiny amount of maple syrup balances out the vinegar without making the dressing sweet. All of these recipes will be available in the description box below.
We just won't lie, and they will see a sign, a million hearts.
I like to add the liquid after combining all of the other ingredients. This is where you get to decide how thick or thin you want your dressing. And you could use water here or a plant milk. I would just advise against using a milk that has added sugars or vanilla. And personally, I don't like to use a strong flavored milk such as soy or coconut because those milks do impart a flavor into the dressings. I actually use plain cashew milk because in my opinion, it works the best in non-sweet recipes. I just add 1 to 2 tablespoons of liquid at a time until I get the right consistency. I typically use about 5 tablespoons for the thickness that I like for salads. For dip, I use less. If you can, I highly recommend refrigerating all of these dressings for at least 30 minutes before eating. This will give the dressing time for the flavors to develop. My dressing is still a little bit thick here, but I'm going to use it as a dip. Hey, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe. It's free, and I can't grow this channel without you.
This ranch tastes amazing. Oh my God. You guys should run out and make it. Let's just give it a taste. I actually made a taco for the ranch dressing. My work here is done. Literally. I've conquered ranch dressing. The world is my oyster. Is there a saying for that when you're vegan? Maybe not the world is your oyster, but the world is my tofu. I don't know. It's just so good. I'm gonna take another bite. And also, if you've never dipped a taco in ranch dressing, you should try this because this is even better than expected.
This next recipe is Caesar dressing. The base for this dressing is raw cashews. These have been soaked and drained. Water and olive oil go in. If you're oil-free, you could definitely replace the oil with more water. I add a small amount of fresh garlic and some vegan Worcestershire along with nutritional yeast. Be careful because most Worcestershire does contain anchovies. Again, the exact recipe is in the description box. I like to add Dijon mustard and some fresh squeezed lemon. You could use bottled lemon juice if you like. I just recommend buying the best one that you can afford for the best lemon flavor. add a small amount of salt and then some dulse. Dulse is dried seaweed. It will give a fresh ocean flavor. Typically, Caesar dressing contains anchovies, which I'm obviously not using today, so dulse is my replacement. I think I bought it from a natural food store like Sprouts or Natural Grocers. I'm sure it's available on Amazon as well. But honestly, the dressing is still really good without the dulse if you want to leave it out. A very tiny amount of maple syrup balances out the flavors. This should be blended until the dressing is creamy. Look at that, perfect dressing texture. And into the fridge it goes for a bit. I wanted to show different ways of using these dressings than just salads, but this pasta salad is actually a salad, isn't it? I'd actually like to try it on potato salad as well. I think those flavors would work so well together.
So for the Caesar dressing, I decided to try it on pasta salad. Let's give that a taste. Amazing. I knew it would be good. Well.
This next dressing is Sweet Vidalia Onion, which is one of my favorites. We're going to start by oven roasting this onion. I'm cutting it into large chunks, adding a bit of neutral oil, and into the oven it goes. I'm roasting this for 30 minutes. It could be roasted longer if you want to develop a deeper onion flavor. You could also caramelize the onion on the stovetop if you like. As you can see, the onion has just begun turning brown on the edges. The onion goes into a blending cup with cashews that have been soaked in water and drained. I tested this recipe with white beans and that was no bueno. I definitely don't recommend it. It ended up with a really odd texture. I add water, onion powder to boost the onion flavor, apple cider vinegar, Dijon mustard, and some maple syrup. This dressing is meant to have a sweet flavor, which balances out the flavor of the onion. Finally, some dried chives go in. This should be blended until smooth. The dressing is a bit green, isn't it? For this dressing, I decided to dip in a grilled cheese sandwich.
I obviously love this on salad. Sweet Vidalia Onion is one of my favorite dressings on a salad, but I wanted to try it on something different, so I'm using a grilled cheese sandwich. It's really good on grilled cheese. I'm a traditional ketchup person for grilled cheese, but this is really good. You know, we don't have to only use our salad dressings for salads. We can use them as dips. We can use them for different things. We can dip our tacos, we can dip our grilled cheese, we can pour it over our broccoli.
And here's the bonus recipe, honey mustard. I say it's for kids, but there's probably other adults out there that also love honey mustard like I do. Let me know in the comments if you also love honey mustard. A vegan honey mustard dressing is a very simple recipe, equal parts maple syrup, mustard, and mayonnaise. I'm using Dijon mustard today, but I typically use a brown mustard, stone ground, or spicy brown. All work very well depending on what types of mustard you like. That would definitely adultize the dressing. Adultize? Make it for adults. You know what I'm trying to say here. And I wanted to replace the mayonnaise with something healthier. So I decided to try silken tofu, and it worked really well. Isn't that beautiful? No, you cannot taste the tofu at all, but you get a boost of protein. We could call this high protein honey mustard.
Okay, let's try this honey mustard. I'm so excited. I already know it tastes good, but it's so good. I had a lot on there. It's so delicious. I mean, look. I haven't had honey mustard in years, literally, like a non-vegan, like traditional store-bought or packet or whatever. But this is amazing. And if your kids don't eat their vegetables, you might want to try this because it is so good. I think I would eat anything dipped in honey mustard. It's just amazing. The honey mustard, you could pour it on your tofu, mix it together. Pour it on your tofu, mix it together, throw it in the oven, and roast your tofu with honey mustard. That would be delicious. Just use your imagination. I mean, think about all the different ways we've used ranch in the past. You can do that with all of these dressings. There's just a wide variety of ideas that you could use for your dressings. If you guys like flavor, check out this playlist. It has all of my most flavorful recipes.